I'm Melissa.
And I'm Mel.
Girl, let me tell you, I only had maybe a little less than half of that drink.
When you're drinking, you just gotta drink more.
I am a strongly worded email.
Actually, that feels in line, though.
That is not
No, listen. And every now and again, when somebody get out of line, you just yell, "Pop the trunk."
I'm the juice to her gin. Did we hit record?
Is it working? Is it on?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gin and Juice podcast. My name is Melissa.
And my name is Melanie.
And we're real life sisters. We get on this podcast every single week to talk about what the heck we want to talk about. We are in two different states, two different cities. Melanie is actually at home. I like this setup with your "I'm not a lawyer, but" in the background. I know you said this is, and it seems like the light is facing. Is that natural light?
Yeah, the window's right here.
Yeah, that natural light really is the best light. I understand it's uncontrollable, but really it's the best light.
Greg is, after he saw your setup, he's like, we should just throw this whole thing out and replace it with what Liz has. And then with the light in the background, Mel, like, it's perfect. He's all in. You've convinced him.
I am going to be really, really honest. This is my best setup I've had. I 100% can say now, this is my best setup. Without a shadow of a doubt. I feel very good about it.
You feel like you've had enough time to...
I've had about 3 weeks with it now. And I've done standing videos, sitting videos. I've done my talking head. I've done the things where normally it would be like, this is where it messed me up.
Yeah.
This is where. But it wasn't my setup. Last week, I was trying to do 2 angles. And my camera got hot and died.
Oh.
Which is interesting because I use a dummy battery to prevent that from happening. So I'm still not quite sure why it happened, but it didn't matter because I had my other camera there. So I just went with that angle for the whole video. But you can tell in my last 2 videos, I think I did, the quality, I said, I see it, girl.
Yeah.
It looks, I'm very happy. And you do the podcast, you do interviews, you're doing your videos every day. You're posting a video.
Yeah.
It is nice that even in the middle of the night, when the sun is down, you can turn that light on and you're squared.
Yes. Cause I've been sitting on this couch like, I'm not a lawyer, but But the problem is the thing is right behind me. So it's like, I want to have that in there, but it's a whole thing.
Yeah, this is a good setup. It looks like you're in a room. You can see the couch. You can see the decorations on the wall. Like it looks like you're not a room, like an office. It looks good.
Yeah. What also is really good is to thank our sponsors. So we want to thank Earnin, Prize Picks, and BetterHelp, and we are so excited to tell you more about them.
Very good. All right, we're going to start with long story short, which is really, I don't know if we're going to be able to do Pop the Trunk on this format.
Oh. I could probably play it from here, no?
If you can. But we can start with long story short. I don't listen. These are the only stories. Let's continue this election conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Kev was like, I will never be as surprised by an election because of 2016, right? Mm-hmm. And for some reason, this for me felt more personal. In a way that I've never felt. Like I was holding back tears for probably 2 or 3 days. Like literally, I felt heavy about this election. And I think it was with Hillary, which a little bit goes to the Martha Stewart doc a little bit, is that there is a certain privilege and audacity that white women have that simply doesn't translate to Black women. It just doesn't.
There's a what? What did you?
An audacity and a privilege.
Okay.
An audacity and a privilege. And the Clintons, again, this is all retrospect, right? Like not saying Trump was the better option because I don't say that. But there is a lot of baggage that comes with being a Clinton, especially after I watched the Clinton doc, that miniseries. Yeah. I understand some of the vitriol that people have for the Clinton family. Okay. Y'all don't like Hillary. Y'all want to go for this mediocre white man. Fine. This Black woman comes through with the credentials, the smarts, the plans, the this, the that, the literally the everything.
Yeah.
And y'all are just like, Yeah, but I'm gonna go with him.
Mhm.
That felt like a personal rejection
Mm.
of the personhood of being a Black woman. That
Oh,
felt,
I see. I see.
it was like, oh, this country really don't, it really don't care about
Oh,
me.
interesting.
Like,
Yeah.
it don't have me in mind, my interests at heart. Like, and I was having a conversation with Joe about it, and we were having all type of BIPOC conversation, people of color, like we was having all type of conversations, and I was like, the the privilege of being white is the association. The privilege of being white is the association to whiteness.
Mm-mm.
That's what white women have.
Yeah, yeah.
The privilege of manness, of maleness, is what Black men have, and those are the dummies that vote for Trump. We
Oh, I see.
wow.
Oh, I see. I see.
I was just like, man,
Yeah, yeah.
it felt very personal. I was really like toe up about it for real for a couple of
And
days.
I didn't think about it in the lens in which you're saying, like the personal part of it. I didn't even like that part didn't register for me, but I absolutely hear your point. It's such an interesting point.
Yeah.
I didn't feel so personal about it until now. I'm like, oh, I guess it is a rejection of that. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
That's
it is. I felt I have felt very sad about it. I'm done, right? Like I am feeling very done with experts being experts because y'all are guessing like us. And still I have been down the rabbit hole of what happened. Okay.
yeah.
Even though I hate all of it, I'm still down the rabbit hole of what happened. So I listened to NPR, you guys know this. And one of the guys that I listened to, I believe his name is pronounced Asted. I never really hear it clearly. I always feel like people say it really fast. So I'm looking for a time that he says it, but I believe it's pronounced Asted. He has been low-key yelling now that I'm thinking about it, and he's been a little bit more open in my opinion about what he's been saying this whole election cycle, but he wasn't saying it as clearly as he is now because she has lost.
Yeah.
But his thing is that basically Trump has said something is wrong, right? Our democracy is wrong. There's something wrong with the status quo. And people are like, I agree. Y'all have heard me say 1,000 times how expensive eggs are. Eggs are expensive.
Mhm.
Bread is expensive. Milk is expensive. Something is wrong. Trump comes in and says something's wrong. The American public says, I agree, something's wrong. The Democrats come in and they say, we need to save our democracy. He's trying to destroy it. And his point was, what they should have said, we agree something is wrong. What he is suggesting we do to fix it is not what we should do. But here's our alternative to maintaining the status quo. And that's why. And he thinks the Democratic Party is going through an identity crisis. They are now becoming, which is true, a more educated party. They're more exclusive. They usually hire earners. They have different mindsets, all of these things. And really like low, middle, uneducated people are more likely to vote for Trump. That's just the demographics say so. And so this kind of like what is happening with this party, it's just all been very fascinating. Just very, very fascinating. I am still in disbelief, to be honest. When I think too hard about it, I'm like, man, this is real. We're about to have Trump for another 4 years. That's crazy to me.
I feel like I think what is, I mean, it's all been fascinating, but what I believe fully is, I mean, which is clear, right? Like Trump wanted to run for president in order to not go to jail, right? He is being criminally prosecuted.
Yes.
And so what is funny, it's not funny, but like I have to laugh, is the realization that the literal self-motivation, right? The reason, right, for this has nothing to do with democracy or the US or you and your PPP loan. It literally, the selfish reason that he ran is to make his criminal charges go away. And the idea that people are like, rah, rah, he wants what we want. He wants to not be a criminal, even though he is one. And you guys, there are people who bought into this person actually advocating for them. And the reality is, if it ever comes down to you or him,
He's
your
always been him.
the United States interest, citizens' interest, or his, it's him for him.
Yep.
It's always been him for him. And so when that plays out, because I believe it will, you can't be surprised when he chooses him, because he did this to choose himself. Like, that is why I'm like, oh, this is funny. Oh, this is really dumb. We go see what happens. But here's the other thing that, I mean, and maybe I'm getting over it too fast, whatever. This is how I feel, right? I didn't ask for a PPP loan because I didn't deserve one and I don't want to go to jail. However, we have all learned about people who were in positions to take advantage of opportunities when they presented themselves. Mm-hmm. My whole mindset right now is, if this is going to be the president, and that he is a selfish, money motivated human being, if there is anything implemented in which I should take advantage of, should I be in the position to, I want to do it. So while you're here, how can I best be put ahead? How can I want to be like one of them people in 10 years and be like, we was mad when he was elected again, but you know what? We took it and benefited ourselves. He can benefit, I'm benefiting too. So I don't care if it's real estate. I don't care if it's businesses, small businesses. I don't care if it's buying oil, and I don't care. Whatever it is, I want to be where I need to be, setting myself up now so that I can take advantage of whatever opportunity presents itself. That is like where my mind is. Like, if we gonna have to deal with it, how can I just get ahead? How can I make the best of the situation for me? Let's all be selfish. Let's all worry about ourselves. If that's what he gonna do, we should too.
I agree, because that's all he is gonna do, is take care of he, himself, and he. Okay, exactly. That's it. That's all. Yeah, and very, very interesting times. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and if you are ever in a situation in which you need to take care of yourself, okay, and you need some money, earning could be the option for you, because life doesn't happen bi-weekly. So why should payday? The money you earn can be in your hands today with Earnin. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. Just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck, then access up to $100 a day as you work, and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. So if things are feeling stressful right now, you're trying to figure out how you're going to still plan for special nights out, especially after the week we've all had. You're stressed out and maybe you want to buy a last minute gift for a loved one. Maybe you have an animal, they have to take an unexpected trip to the vet. You need to buy some new clothes. Any of those things, Earnin can help you. Just download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google app, Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type Jen under podcast when you sign up. It'll really help our show. It's Jen under podcast, subject to your available earnings, location, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/COS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Very good. What else?
Yeah, child. That's the chaos of the week. But to the point, we were also talking about Twitter. I have felt like we were saying that I really want to leave Twitter. I do, X, whatever it's called, because I think after the election, what did hit me is it felt like, oh my gosh, I'm actually supporting this. And if I actually don't want to be supportive of this, then why are you on this app? Like, you can't, don't be on the app. So it definitely has made me want to get off of there. The other thing too, though, is that I the algorithm, I don't know if it's Twitter's algorithm or if it's algorithms in general, but two things. Twitter's algorithm now, sir, it feels forced content. It feels like I've been being served Trump-ish stuff and like anti-Kamala, and it's like, if the algorithm only serves you stuff that you're already in, why would I be getting this? Because nothing I've engaged with would indicate that this is of interest to me. And it's like I was getting so much of it that I was like, this is so weird. It like literally made me take notice. But the other thing is, on the flip side, on apps maybe outside of Twitter and maybe a little bit of Twitter, it feels like the algorithm is like, oh, you like this, now I'm only going to serve you this. And I actually miss the diversity of not a heavily curated algorithmic timeline. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I talk about YSL, but I talk about it. I don't only want to see other people who talk about it. I'm actually sick of it, and I want to talk about and see content. Like, what else are other people doing? Because I'm sick of this. So I'm actually like upset about the algorithm, and that I feel like it's been serving me stuff that I didn't want, but also it's machine learned too much.
Yeah, I actually 100% agree. In terms of Twitter, X, whatever, Elon's absolutely doing that. We just watched this one video that was talking about how he forced the algorithm to make his, I don't know, his interactions higher. So he's always the most like, I don't have the language to say what I'm trying to say, but basically it's an ego stroke for him. He wants to have the most interactions more than anybody else on the platform. And that's forced. Elon definitely, that man's trying to, somebody say congratulations to First Lady Elon Musk. Because the way that this man has championed himself.
That's hilarious.
Hilarious. Okay. He has redshirted for this position. He most certainly wants to be in the cabinet of sorts.
Yes.
He certainly wants, like, he has earned his keep to ensure that Donald Trump was president so he can get what he wanted out of this whole, which is also really scary, is a bunch of people that are self-serving. Like, to be in public office is to be a public service.
Yeah.
These people don't have what's good for the public in mind. They have what is good for them. And that's scary for us as citizens of this country. That's A. B, I have been on this hair kind of kick. I'm still trying to decide what I'm gonna do with my hair up under these braids. And I just got my braids redone. And I was like, oh, I can actually see like my little curls coming in. Like, am I going to cut the perm off and just let it grow natural? So I was like looking at videos. I became inundated with hair videos that I shut the app down to give me a mix. Like, yes, I like this sound, but you don't have to show me every person on planet Earth that is on the TikTok app that's done a dance to this sound. Enough. Yeah, that it gets old.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. 100%.
So yeah, I agree. I did see that too.
Okay, so the other thing was Kai's birthday. She had a birthday party, and she did her dance recital. And
she did great.
She did so good. I was completely shocked that she cooperated. I did not expect her to. She had an attitude all morning. I was prepared for her to go in there and act up. And so when we go there, it's like all the kids were acting up. And so I was happy that everybody was acting up. And so y'all are describing how dangerous these people are. I hope you are processing what is about to happen in the US. Okay, I understand. But so anyway, we get there and it was a bunch of screaming kids and I didn't have a lot of faith and she shut me up, okay, because she got on that stage and completely just loved it. Loved every minute, to the point when she was done, she was trying to get back up there to go back. She was trying to go back up there. Like, girl, it's over.
Did the other kids do it? It didn't look like none of the other kids were dancing.
There were a couple like further down the line who were doing it. I mean, I think she had like the best attitude about it. Like, she was like enjoying it.
Yeah.
They were kind of doing it, but there were more kids who were not. They were not. And the lady beside us, her daughter was right next to Micaiah, and she just was like, whatever.
That little girl next to Micaiah was looking like, I don't want to be here.
Literally.
Okay? I don't want to be here. Get me off the stage. I'm literally here so I don't get fined. Okay. That's the only reason I'm standing here.
It's so it was hilarious. And then yesterday we took her and McKinley to Disney, which was, Disney is exhausting. It's nice because the kids they just go to sleep right after. But she had a ball. It just was a good little birthday. I'm happy that we did it. So yeah.
I'm sad we missed it, but I'm so happy she did such a good job. She was, and she was on beat.
Oh my gosh.
She was so
cute. They just opened up, she goes to like a specific place for this ballet she's in now, but I did like a YMCA thing a while ago, and they have classes, and now that she's 3, matter of fact, I think it's today that they opened up the new session. So I'm about to end the one she has at that place so she can go to the Y just because it's closer and more convenient. But I'm like, okay, she enjoyed it. And that's what I'm like, okay, the fact that you got on the stage and actually cooperated and enjoyed it, I can continue to pour my money into this.
I love it. She was just adorable. Yeah. Just the cutest little thing. I'm so happy I was fully ready for her to not want to do that. And that would have been great for me as well. Please, I would have been.
For you only.
Oh, that would have made my day. But also the fact that she did it also makes my day.
Yeah,
she was up there. She was doing her little.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for her. I'm so happy for her. That was great. She was great.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on? I'm trying to think. No.
That was it for me.
Okay, that's it. I don't have anything going on. Either. Kev posted a little image awards thing in Detroit, which was fun. The people were so nice, and that was a good time. And that was really it. We've had I'm so happy. This is my last trip of the year, though. Oh my God.
You guys are done?
I am done. Kev has one more.
Oh.
Let me tell you, I woke up yesterday because I'm in Detroit right. No, I'm not in Detroit right now. No, I am in Detroit. It was in Ohio yesterday. Sorry, I'm in Detroit. I was in Columbus. And we left at like 6:00 in the morning, flew to Detroit. When I got here, my room wasn't ready. So I went to Target just to kill time. By the time I got into my room, I crashed, took a nap, couldn't go to sleep. I immediately went to sleep. When I got up, I couldn't go back to sleep. So I didn't end up going to sleep till like 1:30, 2:00 this morning. However, what happens when you allow your brain to just be up is it makes up stuff.
Oh man.
To be concerned about.
Oh yeah.
So there is now $1 gazillion in my Amazon cart for the Winter Wonderland. I allowed my brain to just go.
About things that you need?
Oh my God.
What do we need?
Deep.
You're
don't forget this, and don't forget this, and don't forget this, and don't forget this, and oh, this is cute. Oh, and I can make it like this. Actually, let me go on Pinterest and see how these people do. Ooh, they added dry ice. Let me add some dry ice. Deep.
Dry ice?
I do want dry ice now, actually. There is $1 gazillion. Oh, no. She said the Wonderland finna be lit. No, it's not. Because I went from, okay, I need to buy it. Then I was like, why do you have $2,000 worth of stuff in here? Absolutely not. So I moved everything. I put it in there. Then I moved everything to save for later.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait until Black Friday at the earliest before I buy. But I also am going to trim.
Okay.
Because I realized I was just adding. And I'm sure some of it is duplicates and some of it I could use for this or over here. Yeah. I was just adding stuff. And I was like, you are not going to do that.
You're right.
You're
not going to need all of that.
Yeah, you're not going to need all that. And you're not spending $2,000 on Amazon. That's first of all. I am going to need to buy stuff or Cyber Monday. I am going to need to buy something. I do understand that. It's not going to be $2,000 worth.
No.
And I can wait. I can wait until Cyber Monday. So I just have my little list. I've moved it all to the save for later. So that way I don't lose it. and then I need to trim down what I actually want. But I text I text Monique and Tammy, actually, because you gave me this idea about the content thing. But what I've decided is we're going to make a homemade sangria.
That's good.
I'm so excited.
That is good.
Yeah, Tammy's going to help me. Well, I'm going to make it, but I sent her the recipe, and then we're going to make homemade cookies. I did end up buying the gingerbread stuff last night.
Okay.
Which is expensive.
Yeah, gingerbread stuff is expensive.
I did not know that.
It is expensive.
Oh my God. It is so expensive. I don't recommend it. Don't do a holiday gingerbread competition. That's what we're going to do. I don't recommend it. Decorate cookies.
Yes.
Do something else. So expensive. And I wanted to do, instead of the gingerbread house, I wanted to do like the mansion or the castle, so that way it's bigger so more people can decorate or whatever. They're like $60, first of all. And the reviews say they come cracked and shattered.
But you're talking about Amazon. I got some packs from like Target a year or two ago when I was trying, and I was like, these are all really expensive and they be cracked. And it's not even, I'm like, in my mind, I remember being young and it being like really fun and like a big thing.
Yeah.
As an adult, maybe it's just the difference of a kid versus adult, but I was like, this actually low key ain't worth it.
Yeah. And that was my other thing. I was like, a lot of this is wasteful. So everyone's not getting, you guys are going to be in teams.
Amen.
You're going to be in teams. Okay. Yeah. And so I bought 7 and y'all figure it out, because it was so expensive. So anyway, we'll have cookies for the kids. We're going to make homemade cookies. We're going to make homemade sangria. I bought the gingerbread stuff. And then I bought that stuff. The stuff I didn't buy was the decor stuff. I was like, I just went down the rabbit hole and I was like, this is unnecessary. But it was good to get it out of my brain. That was the other thing. The exercise of it was, I don't want to forget that I said I need this. I don't want to forget I said I need this. So let me buy it, get it out of my brain, and then I can at least move on and wait until, Cyber Monday, Black Friday. Before I actually go out and do it. So all of that to say, don't do gingerbread houses. Don't make it a thing. Do cookies. No. Do cookies instead.
And don't shop at 1:00 in the morning. Don't do anything at 1:00 in the morning.
I actually agree with that.
Ain't nothing open. Ain't nothing good. Ain't nothing open after 1:00. But
except
some legs. I think is how it goes. But I just mean when your brain starts to go off because you can't sleep, it's only gonna end up being not a good idea. But what is a good idea is Prize Picks. And Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in award winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. I think Justin Jefferson will get more than 83.5 yards next week. Lamar Jackson will pass more than 1.5 TDs. Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. I love just how easy it is. The app to do the pick more or pick less. It prompts you, it helps you. That's what I enjoy. And tell me where I should go, either more or less. Tell me the people, because I don't know everybody's names. But when it's this easy and then you can easily win, like I'm all in. So for example, I'm looking at the football board and I'm going to select Jamar Chase for more than 79.5 receiving yards and Patrick Mahomes, who we've been talking about, for more than 1.5 passing touchdowns, or TDs is touchdowns.
Yeah.
In my mind, I said, wait, is that something?
The Lions have the best record in the NFL right now, I think. I'm pretty sure that's true. They were actually here yesterday at the hotel I'm at.
So Lions, if there's a Lion player that you want to pick more or less, This is how you do it. You need to be on Prize Picks. You can take your pick, okay? And then you can win some money. That's what matters.
No, NFC, not the NFL.
What?
The NFL don't play the
No, the Chiefs are in NFC.
No, what are the Lions?
Chiefs are undefeated.
Oh, is that the Lions?
Isn't Kansas City the Chiefs?
Who has the best?
Undefeated? It's the Chiefs. Why are you saying AFC? Where did everybody been saying NFC, and then Javi gonna put?
It's not the Detroit. I thought it was the. I'm confused.
Let's move on, because who's editing this? Download the app today and use code GJ to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. So again, download the app today and use code GJ. Get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
Very good. No, the Lions were in my hotel last night. Hold on. I text Kev because I had synced them. I think that's why I couldn't get in my room, because they were sticking them all up.
Did they have a game there yesterday?
Hold on. Let me see, because I text Kev. I want to make sure it's not another Detroit team.
Oh my gosh. Do you know that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight is still happening? I thought that
it's happening on Friday.
I thought it was canceled because
they're in Houston. Then who was at my hotel last night?
Oh, it wasn't.
There was a team. Hold on, I'm finna tell you. Don't move on. Don't move on.
Okay.
Hold on, because I text Kev. The bus was right there.
What?
Hold on. Okay. You make it to the hotel. Yes. Okay. Industry comp. Detroit. Oop. Oh, the Houston Rockets.
Well, that's very different than what you just quoted, ma'am. I know that.
The Houston Rockets were here.
She said the NBA team, maybe? Yes. Yes.
Woo! Disregard, girl.
Disregard.
Disregard. Move on.
Well, I was saying that on Friday, Jake Paul and Tyson are fighting. I thought it wasn't happening because I thought Tyson had some health issues, but apparently it's been rescheduled. And so we need to watch that on Friday. I don't know how that's going to go. It doesn't seem like it's a good idea for anybody involved. However, I'm sure it's going to generate, well, it's a Netflix thing. It's not like it's pay-per-view, but I'm sure it's going to be interesting. So we'll be watching.
I started watching it last night because I couldn't go to sleep. So I watched every documentary imaginable last night. But they have, do you remember 24/7?
No.
Oh, we used to watch it with Jason all the time. So 24/7, I think it was on Showtime.
Oh, like before the events?
Yes, and they would follow the boxers through the lead up to the fight. And so they call it, I think it's called The Countdown on Netflix.
Okay.
And so I started watching it last night. I watched like an episode and a half or so last night, and it's pretty interesting. I am very intrigued to see how this is going to go down. I love a good fight night. I think they're fun. Yeah. You know, just a good time to get together and eat and watch TV together. But I do have a little bit of concern because how old is Mike now?
Exactly, right? Let's see. He's got to be 60 something. Oh, he's 58.
Yeah, 58. And Paul, whatever the Logan brother name. Yeah, Logan Paul, whatever. Paul. He is probably half his age.
He's 27. His name is Jake Paul. He's 27.
Jake Paul. Oh, their last name is Paul.
Yes.
Child, get me out of this sports talk.
So he's less than half his age because double it would be 54 and Mike is 58. This is not a good idea. I feel like we're in this phase. I don't know if this has always existed where it's like 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds, we look as good like we would that can be true. You can look amazing at 30 and 40 and 50. That doesn't mean that you are not the age that you are, though.
Correct, because your body is.
Because your body, it's been around for as many years as you've been here. It's been around. And even if you just sit up and stand up and sit down for 58 years, them knees is not going to have stood up and sat down as many times, or a 20-year-old going to have done that less time. So it's just naturally going to be in a better situation.
Right.
I don't feel like this is a good idea. I don't care how, Mike is crazy and he is and that is good. He is 58 years of a version of that. Okay. And I want everybody to sit down.
I do too. I know it is an exhibition. This is the other thing that I hate about it, to be honest. Mike is the only person that has something to lose. Mm-hmm. If Jake gets knocked out by Mike Tyson, you're going to say that was expected. It's Mike Tyson.
Yes.
If he knocks Mike Tyson out,
yes,
that's good for him. Yes. He knocked Mike Tyson. Then it won't matter that Mike Tyson is 60.
You're right.
It's just going to be he knocked out Mike Tyson.
Yes.
That's what I don't like, is that the scales are not balanced. If I was Mike, I would have my team tell him, listen to me. What you're not finna do is embarrass me on this exhibition.
Pay him.
You are not finna embarrass me. So we need to understand the ground rules, because the other thing, if they didn't have a discussion in the back, Mike Tyson is liable to let embarrassment go from a boxing match to a street fight.
Absolutely.
And that's different.
What does Mike have to lose? He's not fighting for a title, but he's Mike. Like, he's going out as Mike as far as boxing, because he's very problematic. But you're gonna be beat by this 27-year-old. Like, that's, and I mean, how many more fights do you imagine Mike's gonna have after this?
Yeah. None. This is a money move, in my opinion.
So the bag better be I don't like it. He should pay him. Take a bag and also pay homeboy to make sure he wins.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It'll be very interesting. It'll be interesting.
Yes.
We'll see. I watched the Martha Stewart documentary last night.
Okay.
I am going to encourage you to go back and watch it. Like, with full undivided attention watch.
Okay.
Martha Stewart is a whole entire gangster.
Okay. So there were pieces that I was able to hear fully, bless you, and tap into. It seems like she is, what's her relationship with men? Because that's what, as I was watching, I was like, she seems like the kind of person that would say, what's the best decision you've ever made in life? And she would be like, not staying with a man for longer than I needed to. And then being like, my life is great that way. Like, tell me about this documentary.
Yes, correct.
Also, she cheated, and I saw the clip of her cheat. I watched that part, and they were like, you kissed somebody in a thing, and she was like, it was just a thing. Everybody should do it. And then, like, you cheated on your husband, but it wasn't that big of a deal.
Martha Stewart is devoid of feelings. She only operates in logic and perfection, and that's it.
Wow.
There are no emotional ties that makes her a human. This woman is a robot of perfection.
Oh my gosh.
And logic, and that is it. Okay. The interview, I watched it and I was texting Imara last night, like having a time. Okay. The interviewer asked her, let me find it because I want to know. Okay. This was the question. What is more important, a marriage or a career? Martha's answer, I don't know. Martha, what?
Oh.
Like, I'm still unclear today. Mind you, Martha Stewart's like 83 years old, by the way.
How many times has she been married?
First of all, I only think she's been married once. Yeah, she's 83 years old.
Is she 83?
Yeah, I think she was only married to that one man. She was in a long-term relationship with this man named, I think his name was Chris or something.
He was in jail, right?
Yes, when he was in jail, or when she was in jail, prison, to be clear.
That's
distinction. By the end of her sentencing, he flew out a private jet to come pick her up. She walked out with a poncho that someone made her in prison, looking as fabulous as Martha Stewart could look coming out of prison. Okay. They go off, have their relationship afterward. And she said they were in bed, and he said, "Hey girl, listen, I'm finna marry Lisa. So this gonna be the end of me and you." And when I tell you she is devoid of feeling, it wasn't like
Heartbreak.
no. It was like, yeah, we were in bed and he said, I'm gonna marry Lisa. And that's what he did. And so he married Lisa and I moved on with my life. It was very, the only other thing that I thought was interesting is Martha Stewart stands on business.
Oh,
Mark, is it Mark Burnett? Burnett? How do you
Okay.
pronounce this? What's this man's last name?
I think it's Burnett, right?
Burnett. Okay. We all know him as an iconic, legendary television producer. Okay. He makes the Martha Stewart show. Okay. This man does the stuff after she comes out of prison, does the stuff, makes the show. And she was like, it was terrible. He didn't get it.
Wow.
Just very much like, I understand why you think you know what you're doing. The problem is you don't.
Hello?
So that's why this show didn't work. It was terrible. It felt like I was in prison doing that show more than when I was actually in prison.
She is. What a time.
I told them, I said,
Okay.
this show is hilarious, and I don't think she intends to be funny.
Did it make you like her?
I left there so inspired.
Inspired.
Oh, I finished watching that documentary inspired. Inspired. I said, stand on bit. She said she was with that man. They were married for like 20 years, her first husband. She said, I got out. I was in my 40s. I was desirable. I was beautiful. I said, you better.
When she got out of her marriage.
Yes. I said, what? I never even considered Martha Stewart as a sex symbol.
At all. Desirable. Okay, girl.
I was desirable. I was gorgeous. I was beautiful. I'm blonde. And I was like, the way white people rest their entire personality on being blonde.
Yeah. No, girl. Don't have blue eyes. Aha! You see it. Cream of the crop, baby.
It is on Netflix. I promise you, it was a time. She has reinvented herself. I love documentaries where you don't really know much about the person.
Yeah.
And so you end up learning quite a bit. And that was the part, that's why it was super inspiring. I'll tell you why it was inspiring. It was inspiring to see, again, always remember what I said up top. She is still a white woman. Okay. She's a white woman and she exists in the privilege of being a white woman. So do know that. That goes unsaid, but I'm going to say it so y'all understand that I fully recognize that she has the privilege of being a white woman. But a woman nonetheless that is entering these rooms and basically stunning these men.
Yes.
That was inspiring.
Well, what's so, I think
being let me just say this.
Yes.
Being a homemaker.
Yes.
The part where my brain was having a hard time processing is this woman will get up and make a beautiful, beautiful charcuterie board.
Yeah.
And pick the herbs from her garden.
Yeah.
Make a floral arrangement second to none. And boil you a soup with noodles she made from scratch. And then we'll cuss you out in the same breath.
That's what I think was so shocking is that the perfection that maybe she's presenting, maybe she's so good at it that you buy into her being this sweet lady who wants to knit. And so the flip side of her being like, bruh, I'm out here, this is a business. And like fully recognizing that means that she's an expert at what she does. Like she gets it.
No, she is business savvy. She get her image, which Kevin actually has said a couple times, but the graphic that she had on the board was, I was like, oh, or on the TV, I was like, oh, she gets it. She is at the center, and then she basically had like this world of other things that spin off from her that expands her enterprise. It's and the best example is like Beyonce, for example. Beyonce's at the center. She has touring. She has merch. She has perfume. She has sacred. One time she had the clothing like all of these spindles kind. But she's always at the center. Yeah. Martha understood that is her 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Like she just got it immediately. And all of these brands or companies that were trying to invest in her were like, that's too dangerous. Like she's at the center. If she gets hit by a butt, which to be clear was dangerous because she went to prison and her company and it tanked. But it was super smart because she is the brand. She is the engine that keeps everything else going. So she can spawn a magazine and write books and have this and have a line in Kmart, like all of these things, because she is who she is, that allows these other branches to exist. That was, I don't know, it was inspired. I was telling Kev, and you guys have heard me say this, I have a hard time sometimes thinking about how important it is for me to show up in my home as I'm not a homemaker, that I'm not. But it is important for me to show up in my home in the more like traditional role of a woman, so to speak. Some of those things are important to me. Some of them stuff I'll be like, y'all can go kick rocks with that. But some of the stuff I want to cook for my family. I want to maintain a clean home. Those things are important to me. Seeing a woman who that is important to her, but she was also able, this is the part that I struggle with, is having both.
Yeah.
She was able to do both. She was able to show up in this like homemaker role, and still men hated to see her coming.
Yeah, but was that only publicly? Because was she showing up like that at home or only on the TV?
No, she couldn't keep a man. Although her friend said, which is why I'm a little bit, my marriage is important to me.
Yeah.
All of those things, they actually are important to me. But the woman said she probably had more relationships than you'll ever hear about. I said, not Martha was out here being a hoe.
I know. And who are the men? They're all rich, huh?
Oh, she said she only could be around smart, educated, wealthy. Yeah. Yeah. She couldn't keep a man. I agree. I think some of the things that she was doing, she was outside for real. I think some of the things she was doing, like she just enjoys. What are you trying to say, Melissa? She enjoys the perfection of the home and the decor. Yeah. And I think she does those things not because she's married, not because she has a man, not because I'm doing because I have a family. Those things are important to me. She actually could care less about, and actually she said it in the doc, I could care less about a man's feelings. I'm doing this because it brings me joy. I'm doing this because I like this. I'm doing this because the level of perfection and execution that I expect a man could never execute. Therefore, I will be doing this.
Martha was the original city girl.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes. Ebony said, I don't think she wanted to keep them. I agree.
She didn't want to keep the man.
I don't think she cared.
I love it. I am shocked by this because, I don't know much about Martha Stewart. And I mean, obviously this kind of documentary, it's done with a very smart publicist, right? And there is an intention in which they want someone to be portrayed. It sounds like obviously it worked, but I think it's so interesting because the jail thing happening, that's why I thought it was going to be like about her prison sentence, but the prison thing happening and her getting out, I feel like changed her perception, like the way she was perceived, because it was this very like clean cut, I like to knit white woman, and then you go to prison and all of a sudden, I don't know. It seems like it, and maybe that too was a part of publicity and how she was. I mean, that maybe there was intentionality behind, how she would be received after that. I don't know. I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, she is. She's very interesting. She's very. The whole time I was like, I didn't know any of these things about Martha Stewart. Like I just had an image of what I thought she was and who she actually is. Those two things don't line up. I will say this: what kind of gave her some relevance again? She did the roast of Justin Bieber. Yes, thank you. First of all, it was again to the point of you think she is this sweet lady that's knitting and making things from scratch, but she came across as funny and kind of leaned into, by this time there was already reports of her being, it was almost like the Ellen thing where like she's this way and that's what you think, but behind the scenes she's not nice, she's evil, she's mean, she respects people.
That's right.
Yeah, those kind of things are coming out. So when she comes on this roast, it's like after prison, after these reports, after all of this, mind you, this is me. Okay. This is what Melissa thinks. I 100% believe she knew what she was doing when she sold those stocks. I think she was fully aware that it was illegal and insider trading. Yeah, I do. I do think that. I also think James Comey, who at the time I guess was named Jim Comey.
Oh, yeah.
Going after her. I didn't know that at the time.
He went after her?
Yes. He was the one like prosecuting her. Yes.
He the okay, all right.
Yes, it was very, very interesting. It was very, I was like, James? What? They were like, he was ambitious and she was the name. He was trying to make a name for himself. So he ended up, going after her. And what was interesting, they were like, based on the case that they brought, which was only to prove was she lying, they made that case. But the bigger question was, should the case have even been brought? And the answer was no.
Should it have even been brought in?
Yeah, even been brought in, and the answer was no. But regardless, she stood on business. Again, very Martha. No, I don't remember. My lawyer said to tell you that I don't remember. So what I'm going to say is, I don't remember.
Not her pulling a YSL. I don't recall.
Yes. This woman apparently was writing very nasty things about Martha and this reporter. And Martha said out of her mouth on that Netflix television program, she's dead now, thank goodness. So she'll never be able to write mean things about people in the future. I said, I need to rewind this because maybe she's not talking about a human being. Melanie, Martha Stewart, and she says things. Imara says, she said, are you being you are for real. You're being for real.
So she probably really is as mean as the people said she is.
What did 50 Cent say? I believe everything they said he did. Everything they said your daddy did, he did. Everything.
Martha.
Everything they said Martha Stewart is, I believe she is. I believe she is a perfectionist. I believe she is heartless. I believe she handles her business. I believe she stands on business. I believe she said what she said and she will not take it back. She probably cuts people off just as easily, as quickly as me cutting these braids off. Like everything. Y'all have to understand. Let me say this because I think sometimes people get confused about being able to eat the meat and spit out the fat. Being inspired by someone doesn't mean that I want to be her. There's lots of things that I disagree about who and how Martha Stewart handles business. But I can take what I do like and say that's inspiring. So again, let's eat the meat here and spit out the fat. Two things can be true. All right, let's get it together. But as she was out here being a savage, I'm a savage. Like she was out here being a savage. Yeah.
Well, if you are feeling like you're a savage and maybe you don't want to be, okay, maybe Martha Stewart has inspired you to change your ways. I want to tell you about BetterHelp because it can help you maybe deal with that if that's something you want to work on. This month is all about gratitude. We know we are in November. It's all about gratitude. And along with the person that you maybe want to say thank you to in your life, okay, maybe there's somebody in your life that you feel like deserves a thank you. There's also your therapist who probably also deserves a really, really heartfelt thank you. And so, in addition to that, maybe you also need to thank yourselves. Okay. Um, so it sometimes gets hard to remind ourselves that we are trying to make to our best to make sense of everything. And in this crazy world, that isn't easy. So here's a reminder to send some thanks to people in your life, including yourself, that you want to say thank yous to. So if you were listening to Melissa earlier talk about the fact that she was up at 1 o'clock in the morning and she was on Amazon shopping, but sometimes at 1 o'clock in the morning, your mind can be wondering about other things. You can start to create stories, make up stories, go down a rabbit hole of stories, start researching things, making things appear to be to reflect the narrative that you've painted. And that's not healthy. It's not a good thing to do. And that is why I enjoy therapy, because I have the habit of doing that. I can begin to spiral. And I say all the time that when you say things out loud, when I say things out loud, it's always just very helpful for me to just be a little more grounded. And I can do that in therapy and with a therapist. And they usually give me feedback that helps me refocus, okay, and work through the things that I've, at times spiraled through. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at no additional charge. So let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/GJ today to get 10% off of your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GJ today to get 10% off of your first month.
Very good. Is that the last ad?
Yes. Child.
Okay, great. Somebody said, okay, a couple things. I need y'all to watch the doc and let me know what y'all think. Martha Stewart, to me, in the talking head piece, is not sarcastic or funny. I think she says what she means and means what she says. I did not take the woman being dead as dead to me.
Oh.
I think that no. So that's the point that I'm making. Martha Stewart said, thank goodness she's dead so she can no longer write articles about people. You can write articles about people if you're dead to me.
Yeah.
One of two things is happening. Martha Stewart's being shady and that woman's not dead and she absolutely knows she's alive, which I could see, or Martha Stewart believes this woman's dead. Either way, Martha Stewart is the savage we all think she is, because why would Martha think the woman was dead if she's not? She knew her name. I don't remember the woman's name.
Okay, now I need to know if this woman is dead.
Yes, Martha Stewart is very matter of fact. She's not here for a play. She is here for real. Like she said thank goodness. Literally, Martha said, thank goodness she's dead so she can no longer write those nasty things about people.
Oh my gosh. She is not dead.
She's not dead.
Okay, somebody is saying she's dead, and then somebody else is saying she's not dead. The lady is very much still alive. Okay, I need to Google this. Is the lady dead or not dead?
I don't remember the woman's name. So if someone knows the lady's name, that's how we can verify. I don't remember the lady's name because my mouth was on the floor because Martha Stewart said, I wish this woman was. It's a good thing she's dead.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, they said the writer commented back.
I read she is not dead. She commented back to Martha Stewart.
Let me tell you something. I just want to be clear. If that woman is not dead, I don't know how to verify in real time right now. So let's go down the logic that she is not dead. She is still alive today. Martha Stewart is exactly who you think she is based off of everything we said. Because why would Martha think this woman is dead? Why would she think she was dead?
Okay, the first thing that comes up says
Oh, here
She's
they are.
not.
Ooh, child.
Okay,
Ooh,
yeah, it's saying, hey, Martha Stewart, you gloated about the death of a columnist, but I'm alive, bitch.
because Martha was being shady. I'm trying to tell y'all. Martha did not mean dead to her. Martha meant that woman is dead.
US Weekly, the literal heading title of the article is Journalist Responds After Martha Stewart Falsely Claimed She Was Dead. The woman's not dead?
I'm about to text Imara and tell her. Because the reason that woman put B on the end of it is because she knows Martha's energy. Oh, hold on, Imara. You know the journalist that Martha Stewart said was dead. She said, "Thank God she's dead." You know this woman is actually alive. Look her name up. It's on. What is her name? Andrea Peyser. Andrea, Peyser. Please look her up and look at the title of the article.
She's dead now, thank goodness, and nobody has to put up with that crap that she's writing all the time. But it seems Paisley isn't dead after. I can't believe that this is the Martha. Why, Martha? If you come across Gin and Juice, girl, why did you say that lady is dead and she is alive? Why would you say that?
Martha is off the hook. I highly recommend watching it. Jessica said Martha knew that woman wasn't dead. That's how I feel. I feel like Martha knew that woman wasn't dead. I'm so sorry. I 100% feel the same way I know Martha knew about. I just know Martha knew about that stop. Martha knew that woman wasn't dead. Martha knew that woman wasn't dead. All of that to say that sums up this portion and the Martha Stewart. This knowledge of knowing this woman is not dead is exactly who Martha Stewart is as a person.
Wow.
Oh, so anyway, I also watched the Meg the Stallion doc.
Oh, I haven't watched that.
Man, it's a really good doc too. It is a really, really, really good documentary. Really, really good, really well done. I didn't know a lot of stuff about Meg, like about her family life, the fact that her mom and her dad, I won't, if you're going to watch it, I won't say everything, but both of her parents are deceased. But finding out how,
Nothing, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, it was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking is actually a better word to describe Meg's documentary, to be completely honest. All of the emotional roller coaster she went through with her best friend. I can't remember the woman's name right now. Shan.
The girl from the trial.
Yeah, what's her name?
I can't remember. I know you're talking about.
But you know what I'm talking about. Her and Tory Lane, like that whole situation, how it affected her. And it's so interesting because you think she's I've never met the woman, so this is my perception, is what I should say. My perception of Meg is that she has a very Kelsey, thank you, that is her name. She has a very optimistic, very light personality. And so to see everything that was happening behind the scenes, it's always sobering to remember that people are people.
Yeah.
You know? And you really don't know, just because they're on a stage, just because they're performing, just because they're smiling, you never know what is happening behind that smile. And just because you're on the stage doesn't mean it's okay. You know, it was just, man, she just has had a lot of trauma in her life. It actually makes me worry for her. Imar just sent it. Yes, this. Anyway, highly recommend. Highly recommend watching both of those. I thought they were really, really, really interesting. Really, really interesting documentaries. But that's been my TV. Also, Traders is coming back in January.
It sure is.
I'm super excited about that. Very, 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 very excited about that.
I And Married to Medicine is on the way back in like 2 weeks. And I'm so excited because I love me Married to Medicine. But also, I've still been watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Oh,
And I just got to the point where that woman was arrested by the feds. Homeland Security came. Let me just paint this picture really quick, okay?
Homeland Security?
Girl, they were going on a trip, okay? It's the Salt Lake City women. You don't even need, just know, imagine there's a sprinter with a bunch of fabulous women because they're Real Housewives and they're going on a trip and they're all in the bus. And this woman who is the most obnoxious of them all gets a phone call and she's like, oh, I have to go because my husband's in the hospital, whatever. So she gets in the car and leaves. 2 minutes later, NYPD, the FBI, Homeland Security, everybody is there, okay, at this same bus. And they're like, where is Shaw? Whatever her name is, something Shaw. And as I was watching, I was mad at myself for not experiencing this in the moment, like when the episode premiered, because Jen Shaw, I was at home like, I need to be reacting, but everybody has reacted already. This is insane. This one, and then mind you, she has left. Okay. And so they have all come, this SWAT essentially looking for her. And they're like, she left a minute ago. And of all the it's housewives. So they're like,
yeah.
Mind you, one lady they all get in the bus and they still go on their trip. And it's like a 5-hour drive. So imagine a 5-hour drive after that has taken place. They start getting the alerts because they did pull Jen Shaw over and now she's in custody. The one lady on there, because it's housewives, I have 6 attorneys and I'm calling them all. So the FBI came and she keeps talking like this with the mic. The FBI came and they got her. Should I be worried? Yeah. Should I do something? Should I call anybody? Okay, nothing. Okay. Other attorney. Hey, so she just got arrested. Should I be nervous? Like, it was so messy. And then the lady is already at the house because it's like big cabin house, whatever. They're calling her like, girl, have you heard the news? She's like, I have the house all ready for you guys. And they're like, girl, Jen is arrested. This woman is in the tub with bubbles and champagne. And she's just like, I'm not surprised. It's just the messiest. It's the messiest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. I was like, what is happening? This woman goes to jail. I think, is she still in jail right now, y'all? Is she still in jail?
Isn't she?
Yes,
that's hilarious.
This is old. I'm telling you, this is an old. I just am just now watching it. Okay, I'm on season 3 or 2. I'm late. I just didn't know. She's still in jail right now.
Yeah, her expected release date is December 19th, 2027.
This woman is still in jail. This is a mess. What a scandal. What a scandal. This is what housewives should be made of.
What is happening with her husband? Their relationship is odd.
He's like the coach or something, but he's never in town.
That's what I'm saying.
What? I don't know. But yeah, she had the business partner also went to jail. It is just, what a time. What a time. I can't believe I missed this when it happened like live. I am very upset that I did not get to experience this because I deserve to be all in. And
what does this mean? What does this mean, Mel?
Her husband didn't. So her husband, the coach, didn't, but her business partner,
partner. I'm sorry. I read partner and thought she meant boyfriend.
No, but apparently they was seeming to be implying that she was cheating. I don't know. There's a lot happening with that family.
It doesn't. I'm not as far as you. Obviously, I think I'm barely at the beginning of season 2, but their relationship, I wasn't convinced he liked her for real.
He was gone all the time.
And isn't he a college?
Yeah. Or I don't think he's I think he's college. But the way he was gone, and then they tell this story about like her dad or brother died or somebody passed, and he essentially was like, I got a game. And so she was talking about how like heartbroken she was, and I just was like, oh girl, the signs are pointing to
Yeah, he doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, she said he wants to control her. He was super intense. I must have to keep going because he was so MIA. I was like, do you even want to be with this woman?
But then she tried to throw a party or something. It doesn't seem like he wants to be there. But also she has a lot all them women have a lot going on. Also, you know what I do appreciate? I appreciate that so many of them have this very like religious Mormon background, and the fact that they talk about it because they are like not in many of them are not like the full devout Mormons that they once were. So I actually really appreciate the conversations that they have about being a part of that, and even like the heartbreak of not being a part of it, and like this kind of like internal struggle. I like very much enjoy those conversations. But the rest of that show is a mess. It is a mess. That woman was in that bathtub and she was like, I am not.
Who was in the bathtub? Who was it?
Oh, I don't know. None of these women's names. I'm very only.
Oh, it's fine. Well, very good. Anything else?
I think that's all.
I think that's it. That's all for me. We'll be back at our normal time next week on Monday. Oh, they said Meredith was in the tub. Okay.
Oh, it was Meredith. That's right.
Okay. We'll be back.
Hey, Mare. It's an ugly nickname for Meredith. Sorry.
It is. It is. It is. I am very hungry. I have not eaten today because I've been working. So I will go and find food.
Have a great day. You come back tomorrow?
I come back tomorrow night and I am excited about it. Oh, Churchy 2.
Churchy 2
is coming out. If you guys are watching the vlogs, you guys got to see some of the scouting that Kevin and I did, but now you guys know that was the thing when we went to Nobu. That's one of the things we were celebrating, by the way. So stay tuned for that. I said that for a reason because we were talking about traveling. Part of the reason I'm not traveling and Kev isn't traveling anymore because we're going to be hunkering down for season 2 to make a show. Super, super, super exciting. But
we didn't even talk about, you know what, the Love is Blind reunion feels like it was 2 weeks ago now, but I don't even think we talked about. Did we talk about the reunion? We did talk about the reunion.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Oh, there's just been more videos. I know what y'all talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I need to watch the Vile Files because they were saying that some more stuff was happening with Ashley. But my thing about it is I don't be invested in these people past the time the show airs.
No, me too. I'd be a little out of it.
Yes. So it's like after the show airs, I'd be like, all right, bye. Next season. There was another show that I saw. Did you see? Sorry, we're really about to go. But did you see that they are coming back with Rhythm and Flow?
Yeah, I've been waiting for this for a long time. They announced it a long time ago. I don't understand why it took so long.
Well, now on Netflix, it says coming soon, finally.
Oh, good.
So I'm like, finally.
Yeah,
and D Smoke has a new commercial he did with Fashion Nova Men.
Oh.
Mel, he raps so good.
He does rap really good.
He raps so good. Let me see if I can find it really quick. Hold on. I said, you're so good at this. I saw it this morning and I was like, here it is. Just listen to it. It sounds familiar to the Rhythm and Flow thing.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Oh.
I just love him. So great. And he's hilarious. We did a the Uno which we can't call it Uno no more. We did game night. And he was one of the contestants. Oh my God, so freaking good time. Hilarious. Like a really, really good time. So anyway, we're done. All right. See y'all next week. Don't hang up now.
Okay.
That telling that whole family is good. You're right about it. They're freaking Ferrota. Okay, bye.